Now listen, there are so many misconceptions and so many misunderstandings about relationships and how they work and how people get together and fall in love with each other. You hear from many different sources that you have to work on your relationships, but in reality a great relationship is effortless because you understand each other. You don't have to tell to each other how you should behave and what you should do and how you can make it even more interesting, make it even more exciting to be with each other. And in particular, the term desire is very foggy. For some it may mean we like each other, that's why we're together. But in reality, desire is something more deeper that comes from the debris of your true nature, your core, your likings, your wishes, your wants. And because of that, you cannot negotiate a genuine desire. Now, what I mean by that? I'm sure many of you have been in some of these situations or maybe heard of these. When one person chases the attention of the other one, and instead of becoming this push-pull dynamics, it goes way over to one side. And the power of that relationship totally shifts in favor of that particular person. Yes, I said power, because every relationship has one leader. But when that leader gets everything for free, the other person becomes taken for granted. For example, when you like someone, and instead of getting appreciated for who you are, you start compensating by buying stuff and inviting on some events and trying to act lovable and kind. But the other person feels that because it comes off ingenuinely. You are trying to buy your way into the likings of that person. When you're trying to compensate, it implies that you are lacking something inside of you. Now, there are different love languages, let's call them that. And whenever you come with the idea that you want to give a gift, it has to come from pure intentions, genuinely, unconditional, because you appreciate that person exactly as it is and you don't want anything back. You have no agenda. But she has a good heart. Yeah, but you cannot desire a good heart. It has to be genuine passion between those people. It has to come from the point, I want to ravage that person. In a good way, of course. In the same way, if I like someone, no amount of me compensating with outward things, with buying stuff, helping with chores, mowing her lawn will help me to get into her likings. It has to come from the bottom of the heart. Don't get me wrong, people love compensations. Of course you will appreciate someone giving you a gift or acknowledging your birthday, giving you a Christmas present, helping you with homeworks. But when you get those stuff for free, you take it for granted. You appreciate the gesture, but you don't respect that person doing that all the time without any reciprocation. Now, if you're self-aware and you're a kind person, you wouldn't take advantage of that situation. But let's face it, many are not like that. This is in particular is very common with guys, because women are in more abundance in dating than men. Guys, when you meet a girl and you go on a date with her, don't do these extravagant things like taking her to a fancy restaurant or buying her flowers on the first few dates, or even playing that waiting game that stretches out to months. If she doesn't have any emotional attachment to you, she won't appreciate those gestures. And there are many who even take advantage of that. I remember dating this one girl for several months. And you know what she told me? She told me that she went on a date with me just because she was home alone and bored. So instead of watching TV, she thought it would be a better idea to go out with me. And of course, me being charming as I am, charismatic, she didn't stand a chance. Nevertheless, I don't blame her. It's just the way things are. It's a human nature, and you get caught up when there's too much of good in your life. A true desire is always connected with who that person is. The personality, the flaws, the strengths, the quirkiness, the humor, the swag, the habits, the looks, the whole shebang. And if you are not desired, don't take it personal. People have different preferences, for God's sake. Like spoiled children whose parents don't have any time to spend with them. So they spoil their children with outwardly things instead of giving true love. So respect yourself enough to walk away from those who don't see your worth. Hossein out.